3 bills just submitted to steal our guns and our rights from us. We're not going to let it happen. And I'll be honest, the chances of this passing are slim, but you need to know about it. Take heed to what I'm about to tell you guys and gals. The GOSAFE Act, the Bump Act, and the assault weapons ban of 2025 have been submitted within the last couple hours. We'll talk about it. I mean, imagine waking up tomorrow to find out that your AR-15 or your shotgun that you used to hunt or your kid's .22 Plinker are considered illegal, right? Some of us who are older and have some gray, we lived through the Clinton assault weapon ban, and they're trying it again. Now, this is not because of anything we did wrong, but because Washington politicians think you're stupid and they decided that they know better than what the Constitution says. Well, yeah. At least that's the Democrats' dream anyway. They call these common sense gun safety laws, but make no mistake, this is a full frontal assault on the Second Amendment. Guys, I'm Jared, this is Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news, and I'm going to expose the truth behind the GOSAFE Act, the Bump Act, and the brand new assault weapons ban of 2025, all of which were submitted in the last few hours. But before we dive in, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you never miss a single update on our rights and our freedom. Ours, not theirs. We don't get it from them. And a big thank you to today's sponsor, Blackout Coffee, America's most patriotic brew. Not only do we roast bold American-made coffee, we also proudly support the Second Amendment and the community fighting for it. Check out all of our different roasts and flavors at blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. And don't forget, we also have loose leaf teas and hot chocolates as well. Save 10% on your order with code GNG10. Let's start with the GOSAFE Act. This was introduced by Senator Martin Heinrich, and on paper it claims to protect communities from gun violence while safeguarding the Second Amendment. Sounds nice, right? No such thing as gun violence. Period. Point blank. Guns don't do jack diddly. They're inanimate objects. But here's the reality. The bill targets the mechanics of gas-operated semi-automatic firearms, looking to ban them. Not the misuse. It doesn't focus on misuse, doesn't focus on crime, but the physical function of your firearm. That means millions of rifles and shotguns used legally for home defense, hunting, and competition would be regulated, restricted, or outright banned immediately if this were to pass into law. Now, here's what this proposes. A growing list of prohibited firearms determined by bureaucrats, not we the people. A ban on unlawful modifications with vague language that could criminalize minor upgrades. Mandatory pre-approval of future gun designs. That's right, Washington gets to decide if a new model is even legal before it would hit the shelves. Also has restrictions on self-manufacturing or self-assembling your own firearms. Say goodbye to DIY freedom. And also has bans on so-called conversion devices even when they have lawful uses or no clear definition. This has been submitted before, never had any success. I don't think it would have any success now, but you need to be aware of it. The GOSAFE Act pretends to protect Americans' constitutional right to own a gun based on a firearm's established use for self-defense, hunting, and sporting purposes. You may remember hearing me reporting over the last couple of years where lawsuits are saying, you know what, the AR-15 is not used for self-defense often, so it shouldn't have the protections of the Second Amendment. That was all leading towards this bill. Now, the bill accomplishes this by including exemptions based on ammunition capacity limitations according to the firearm's individual class, if it's a rifle, shotgun, or handgun. Capacity limitations must be permanently fixed, meaning firearms must be incapable of accepting detachable, high-capacity magazines that make you an assassin and would increase the number of rounds that can be fired before reloading and make reloading easier. The exemptions include .22 caliber rimfire firearms, excluding any firearm that is based on an AR-15 design, whether it's .22 or not. Semi-automatic shotguns, recoil-operated handguns, any rifle with a permanently fixed capacity of 10 rounds or less, any shotgun with a permanently fixed capacity of 10 rounds or less, any handgun with a permanently fixed capacity of 15 rounds or less. Yeah, all bad. And the GOSAFE Act directly regulates large capacity ammunition feeding devices, meaning the bill would limit the number of rounds that any magazine could possibly carry or be permitted to carry to 10 rounds or fewer. Now, this isn't about stopping criminals, it's about controlling you. Next up, the Bump Act. The Bump Act is a bill that seeks to outlaw bump stocks and any device that allegedly turns semi-automatic into fully automatic firearms. Fingers, erasers, elastic bands, rubber bands, belt loops. None of that was listed. But make no mistake, the anti-gun establishment is pissed off that they lost the bump stock fight at the Supreme Court. So now they want to ban them legislatively by law. Now look, we all want to keep firearms out of the hands of criminals, but this bill goes way too far. The language is deliberately broad, and it opens the door to banning all sorts of attachments and modifications, some of which have nothing to do with bump stocks at all. Specifically, the Bump Act amends the federal criminal code to prohibit the import, sale, manufacture, transfer, receipt of, or possession of a device that is primarily designed or redesigned to materially increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic firearm. A device, part, or combination of parts that is designed and functions to materially increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic firearm, or a semi-automatic firearm that has been modified to materially increase the rate of fire of the firearm. Additionally, this trash legislation amends the Internal Revenue Code to modify semi-automatic firearms to the list of firearms subject to regulation under the National Firearms Act. This is how the anti-gun lobby works, guys and gals. They use emotion to pass laws that erode freedom piece by piece. And now we get to the biggest of the three, the so-called assault weapon ban of 2025, introduced by Senator Adam Shifty, piece of trash Schiff.
Today I will be introducing the assault weapons ban of 2025, a bill that would ban the sale, manufacture, import, and transfer of military-style assault weapons. Since 2006, there have been 486 mass shootings involving assault weapons. Hundreds and hundreds of Americans have been killed in these mass shootings. This bill is a way to attack that massive threat to our safety and security. Dianne Feinstein introduced the first assault weapons ban 31 years ago after a school shooting in Stockton, California. For 10 years, that bill had a dramatic impact on mass shootings and mass casualties. But when that expired, mass fatalities and gun shootings went up by 236%. The impact was that dramatic. It's time to pass an assault weapons ban again. It's time to protect our communities from senseless gun violence. It's time to bring back that powerful common sense reform again. It's time for the assault weapons ban of 2025.
Now, this is not just another bad bill, this is an all-out attack on gun owners across the country. It would outlaw AR-15s, AKs, hundreds of specifically listed rifles as well. Any firearm with a threaded barrel, a forward grip, a folding stock, or military-style feature, whatever the hell that means. It would also outlaw pistols with stabilizing braces, shotguns that hold more than 5 rounds or accept detachable magazines. Large capacity magazines are also going to be regulated to anything that is 10 rounds or less, meaning if you have 11 or over, you must be John Wick, and that would be illegal. Yes, even rimfire rifles used for sport or training would be an issue as well. This is the Dianne Feinstein assault weapon ban that has been rekindled by Adam Schiff. Now let's be clear, This bill doesn't go after criminals, it goes after you, the law-abiding, peace-loving American who dares to own a tool to defend your own liberty and the freedom of others. Now, let me remind you what the Constitution actually says. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't say that unless the barrel is threaded or if it looks too scary. And the Supreme Court has backed us up in Heller, McDonald, and Bruin. Now, to Martin Heinrich, and Adam Schiff, the authors of these three bills, and all of the clowns who have immediately signed their names to them, including the Lucy McBaths and the Chris Murphys of the world, I invite you to my home. I will show you how these actually work so that the next time you write a bill, you don't sound like you have your head up a horse's ass. And then I invite you to try and take them from me. Now, these rulings from the Supreme Court made it crystal clear you can't sound like I'm from Alabama there. You can't ban firearms that are in common use by the law-abiding Americans. The AR-15, most popular rifle in the country. Millions of us own them. Case closed. Can't have them. Here's what you need to understand, guys and gals. This isn't just about one bill, or in this case, three bills. It's a coordinated campaign to dismantle the Second Amendment one piece at a time. And in this case, right here, to build an emotional response by the base of their voters to say, look what we tried to do. And it's coming into midterm voting season already. This is why they're doing it. They want people to vote for them because we're trying to ban guns. It's the problem. Now, they've weaponized bureaucracy. They've redefined terms. They've manipulated emotions to push policies that chip away at our rights and win votes. Now, they hope we stay quiet. They hope we'll roll over. But patriots won't roll over. We'll stand up. Folks, this isn't a drill. These bills are working their way through Congress right now. I don't think they'll have any success. It's tight in the Senate, right? Eventually you got to look at the John Cornyn's of the world who probably will support this stuff. But I think we're safe with the Republican slim majority. I don't think it would ever get out of committee in either to get a floor vote. But you need to make your voices heard anywho, guys and gals. It means we still have to stop them. It only stops if we act. Here's what you can do right now to fight back. It's pretty easy. Call your senators. Dial the U.S. Capitol switchboard. 202-224-3121 is the number. 202-224-3121. Ask for your senators by name. If you, for some reason, don't know who your senators are, say, I live in Maine and I want to talk to one of my senators. And tell them I oppose the GOSAFE Act, the Bump Act, and the assault weapon ban of 2025. You can also visit senate.gov and search for your state and send a message directly to your lawmakers. And make sure they know this. Your vote in November depends on their votes today. Now, this is about more than just guns. It's about our freedom and whether we still live in a nation that honors its founding principles. The founders didn't fight tyranny with hashtags. They stood on Lexington Battle Green, and they stood at the Old North Bridge in Concord and said, no more. Now it's our turn. Share this video, subscribe to this channel, call your senators, and stand tall, because the Second Amendment isn't up for debate. It's our right, it's our legacy, and it's worth defending. Stay safe, stay vigilant, stay armed, and stay ready. God bless America.